Simsbury Women's Club is delighted to have everybody here. This is a special day for us. We work very hard all year to have the Arts and Crafts Festival, and the culmination of the Arts and Crafts Festival is being able to give back to the community, and that's why we're here. There's a lot of good folks here that do a lot of good things, and we're pleased to be able to give a helping hand. As I said, we're working hard all year. There was a little poem written by one of our members a number of years ago entitled "We Are Volunteers," and it kind of sets the stage for what we're about all year and why we're here today. So let me read it. We love this great wide country and do the best we can to make a life the better living for every fellow man. We are ever on the ready whene'er we get the call to help a human being, be he great or small. We raise a lot of money and have such good fun too, then make the big decision on who to give it to. We help students go to college to get an education, plus reach out to the community. We love participation. In membership and numbers, we are many thousand strong, which makes us all the better with forces of the throng. Under Federation's banner, we have marched 100 years. Our light will keep on shining, because we are volunteers. Yeah. And it's nice to have a community that supports volunteerism so much. I think no matter where you look around in Simsbury and the surrounding area, you will find women's club members in the churches, in the political arenas, schools, just any kind of organization. We're there helping out. So, all right. I would like to welcome Lisa Heavner today, Simsbury's first select person, who has some things to say.
Good afternoon. Whoa. Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone? Good? Well, it's my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Board of Selectmen in the town of Simsbury. I think Eleanor said it exactly right. It is amazing to look out in this room, first of all, and see so many people I know, and to meet some of you today that I haven't yet met. But what amazes me is that you all give of your time in service to the community. Martin Luther King always says the most persistent and urgent question we should ask is, how will I serve? Because it's in service to others that we find our humanity. And it's also what brings this community together. So what you do is so important. You are Simsbury. Without you, Simsbury would not be anywhere near as wonderful a place as it is. I was told, I told them I could talk for 2 hours, but I'm going to try and keep it down a little bit. But I'll just give you a quick update on what's happening in the town. I see Hap Pool here. One of the things we're very excited about is that the town just received a STEEP grant from the state of Connecticut, which is $150,000 that will be put to the Simsbury Veterans Memorial. That just came in, so we're thrilled about that. It's another example of how town and volunteers partner together. As we work together, I was just telling our table, when you think about government officials, sometimes we think about others. Oh, them. Oh, those people on TV that you see. But in Simsbury, it's just us. I just live next door. And I see Ann Carabella out in the audience. Ann, can you give a wave? The very first time I spoke, I was in public before 800 people, was at a PTO meeting. And I'm speaking I was very nervous because really politics is just us. It's just your neighbor. So I was a little nervous. And there's Ann out in the audience, and she's waving and smiling. I think, well, isn't that nice? She knows that I'm nervous, and she's out there waving and smiling and being helpful. And then I went up to her, I gave her a big hug. I said, Ann, that really meant the world to me. I knew that you were being kind to me. She goes, Lisa, I was telling you to speak up. So the point is, no one's a natural at anything we do. But we can do anything with the support of our community and our friends, and that's what this is all about today. As you know, I sort of fell into this position accidentally. I'm a true accidental politician. It was a little interesting last few months, but we just completed the budget, and that's what I've been working on the last few months, and I'm happy to report that we anticipate coming in with a decrease in taxes for the second year in a row. So give it up, come on. A couple of things that we're working on in town halls. You know, we purchased the Betty Hudson house. There I see Shireen out there, by the river and the Flower Bridge. So we're going to be looking at to what we can do with that property and are seeking public input on that. We've chosen a site for the senior center, which we're starting to begin work on that, and that's down by the Performing Arts Center. We're on the Sea Eileen, so it's going to be very environmentally appropriate. Give a wave, Eileen. And it's going to work for our seniors, so we're excited. Those are a couple of the big projects. We're starting to look at the Ethel Walker property that we acquired and how to make it accessible for our folks. So there's a lot of exciting projects going on, and the reason they're exciting is because so many of you in the community are helping us. None of this could be done without all of you, and I just want to let you know, each and every one of you, how appreciative I am, how appreciative the Board of Selectmen is, and really how appreciative the entire town is for what you do. So thank you, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Lisa. All right. Jean Sumner is going to help give out the awards this afternoon. Jean was the primary chairman of the Arts and Crafts Festival. She has been for a number of years. Has done a good job for a long time. So, and this year we're going to be turning things over gradually to Madeline Gilkey. Madeline, you want to take a wave? No hiding. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, we're going to start with the Simsbury Volunteer Ambulance Association. Karen Stewart. If I've got anybody's name wrong, just please correct me when you get up here.
We spent some time with each organization trying to see how they might earmark the funds that we're donating. So if you each want to speak a little bit about how your funds are going to be utilized, I think that would be helpful.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Karen Stewart. I'm a paramedic with Simsbury Ambulance. We are in the process of upgrading the radios in our ambulance, which is what this money is going to be earmarked for. It costs over $2,000 each for each ambulance for it to be changed. These radios will allow us, God forbid we should have a huge disaster and FEMA comes in, allows us to communicate with any association, any organization that comes in town to help us and for us to help them as well. So we certainly appreciate this. This will go a long way to get everything upgraded and keeping things as new as possible, and we certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
The Farmington Valley River Watershed Association, Eileen Feeling.
Thank you so much. I'm always in awe when I come to this luncheon at how many organizations there are helping people out in this community. I like to think that the Watershed Association, even though we focus on the river, is helping people too, because what we're doing is we're taking care of the natural environment that people need so much and appreciate so much. And we actually have a word for how we do this. We're a very small organization. And so we're sort of like the person who showed up in the Hungry Village with the pot and the rock and said, I can make soup for everybody. I'm going to put some water in the pot and start it boiling and put the rock in. And, if someone has a carrot, that would be great. And if someone has an onion, that would be great too. And, before you know it, the barley and the salt pork and the beans and the potatoes and everything ended up making a great soup. And we actually use that as a verb in our organization. Like, how are we going to do the cleanup? How are we going to restore fish habitat? How are we going to do the culvert survey? How are we going to do the canoe trips, the school programs for kids? We're going to stone soup it. So this actually is a wonderful bunch of carrots that we're hoping to use in order to help out our upcoming river stewardship program on the Lower Farmington watershed in collaboration with this wonderful group of people called the Lower Farmington River Salmon Brook Wild and Scenic Study Committee. And they've been working hard for 5 years to come up with good stewardship projects for this section of the Farmington River, and we're definitely in there with them wanting to help with that project. And that's what we'll earmark this for. And again, thank you very much.
She's been mentioned already today, Ann Carabello with the Friends of the Simsbury crew. Some of you, like Ann, this is the first time you've been here, and we really appreciate it.
I'm actually going to pass on that, but I'm just going to talk. Can you hear me in the back? As Lisa so kindly noted, I am very good at projecting my voice, but she can't hear me.
She can't hear
Okay.
you.
We can't tape it.
She's taping.
Sorry, I'm getting taped. Okay, my apologies. This is my first time here. I am the boys crew coach at Simsbury High School, and we do a number of fundraisers every year. I'm sure you all know about our grinder sale, and we do leaf raking all over town. We are in the process of a capital campaign. The building was built in 1977 and is in need of some serious repairs. We're looking to put on a new metal roof. We're looking to replace all the doors in the building because we have damage from flooding. We're looking to talk to the town about paving the road and maybe helping to assist with that. Just so you know, Lisa. There's a variety of things that we're looking to do down at the boathouse, and this is going to help us get a new roof and stop some of our leaking, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. The Helen and Harry Gray Cancer Center, Terry Carbo.
Thank you so much. Hi, I would like to thank the members of the Simsbury Women's Club. They've been very generous to us over the years by giving us this donation. We take this donation and we turn it into gift cards, small denomination gift cards for grocery stores and CVS and those things, just to help out our patients. So this goes right into our patient assistance fund. Thank you.
The Integral House, David Rivera? Yep. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. Integral House has been providing services for victims of domestic violence and abuse since 1977. And we've been providing those services to people in Simsbury since that time as well. So this money, and thank you all, to the members of the club, for thinking of us again, will go directly to help women who are going to our support groups here in the Avon-Simsbury area. And because sometimes ladies have children, and when the women are in their support group, we have babysitting. But babysitting for Integral House just isn't watching youngsters, because we know that a lot of the time those youngsters are also dealing with problems because of the abuse going on in their home. 50% of the time in a domestic violence household, the children are also being abused. So we know that we can provide these services to women and children. And in Simsbury alone, last year we provided services to almost 50 families in Simsbury. Those people I'm sure you probably know, because we know that domestic violence affects almost every community and almost every family in our area. 1/4 of all women will have experienced some form of domestic violence and abuse in their lifetime. So this money will go directly to help people in this community that are dealing with that. And we can't do what we do if it wasn't for the wonderful clubs like yours. So thank you all very much.
McLean's and Meals on Wheels, Vicki DiRicenzo. She's accepting for both.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation to this wonderful luncheon and seeing so many people we know. I know many of you know about Meals on Wheels. We gave out over 16,000 meals last year to residents in the 5-town area of East Granby, Avon, Canton, and Simsbury. And about 5,000 went to Simsbury residents. And those meals are provided to anyone, even if they can't afford to pay. And it's 2 meals per delivery. They get a hot meal and a cold meal. So we're very proud of this program because it really helps so many people in this area. The other grant that you've given us is for our Patients' Personal Needs Fund, And that's for residents of the McLean home who are on Title 19 or may have very limited funds, and they might need new glasses or a hearing aid, or maybe just a trip to the beauty parlor or something like that. And that's what the Personal Needs Fund is. And it's just, they really, really appreciate it. And some of the women, just having their hair done makes them feel wonderful again. So thank you very much.
The Old Drake Hill Flower Bridge, and it's Shireen
Wassel, thank you.
Wassel.
Good afternoon to all the wonderful members of the Women's Club. I'm Shireen Wassel, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Flower Bridge. My other co-chair, Deej McKay, could not be here today, but on behalf of both of us and everyone on our Flower Bridge committee, we heartily thank all of you who work so hard to fundraise all year long so that you in turn can support others in our community. Your donation helps to keep our gardens, baskets, and all of our flowers blooming all season long. We have many costs in keeping up with our Flower Bridge, including this year adding 14 additional boxes along the end of the bridge and adding on to our irrigation system. We appreciate your kindness and hope you will come to the bridge often to enjoy its beauty and splendor. Thank you again, and remember to keep scattering the seeds of kindness wherever you go. Thank you.
Simsbury ABC program, Bob Pierce.
Thank you very much for this. Simsbury ABC got started about 1973. We've graduated 80 boys of color from Simsbury ABC, save one actually. In the initial class there was a white guy, interestingly enough. He didn't read the brochure before he came. But 80 boys of color, more than 80, and all of them have gone on to finish college except one, which is an extraordinary record. This money here is going to be used for our senior who's going off likely to UConn. He's been accepted at 6 different colleges, but it looks like UConn is where he's headed. And he comes from a family of very meager means, and he'll need sheets and towels and the like to go off to college with, and that's what this money will be used for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Simsbury Aging and Disability, Ed Montaigne.
Good afternoon. The Simsbury Aging and Disability Commission provides consultative services to the Board of Selectmen and other town departments with regard to programs and services for not only seniors but individuals with disabilities in the town of Simsbury. One of the programs that we offer is our Super Tuesday event. Now, I've been on the commission for 20 years. I've been chairman for the last 8 years, but the Super Tuesday event precedes my tenure on the board. So I was doing a quick calculation and determined that we have provided at least 18,000 meals to seniors in the town of Simsbury over that period of time. It costs us about $400 per Super Tuesday event, and without the help of organizations such as yours, we would not be able to have done this program for as long as we have. I'm looking forward to continuing with the program in the years to come. So again, on behalf of the Town of Simsbury Aging Disability Commission, I certainly thank you for this donation. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Simsbury Community Band, Ertan Senior. He has a guest with him today too, if you'll introduce her.
Sure. Thank you very much. Hi, thank you very much for having us again this year. My name is Ertan Senner, the music director and conductor of your Simsbury Community Band. And this is Lynn Tracy. She's a member of the band since 1986, yes. And a performer as a flautist, a piccolo player, and on the board as secretary. And we're very honored to be here today to accept once again. I'm going on my 8th year as music director conductor, and this position, as difficult in our society to be able to do jobs like myself, to be a conductor, to be an educator. I'm on faculty at the Hart School, was an opportunity to wave my arms and be a conductor with a group, which is not an easy gig to take on. That job has become something a little more important to me as the spread of music and within your community. And it's about relationships. It's just not about the concerts and the notes. It's about sharing and giving. And I'm very proud to say the group has grown under my tenure to about 68 members, the youngest of which just joined after graduating Ithaca College of Music, coming back to her family here in Avon at 23 years old. And some of the area schools around Connecticut that I go to talk about music with kids, I mentioned that this group and music is one of those wonderful events and community organizations, or any organization, that is ageless, timeless, and people can work together no matter what generation you're from. And I always say, this group of 68, the youngest member is 23 years old. Does anybody want to guess how old the oldest member is? And of course, you know, fifth grade, 70. And that's great because the kids usually go, 49, 52. And I say, no, higher. And I think even astonishing to you, this will be that the oldest member of the community band will be 99 years old this June, still playing clarinet, second chair. And this is a testament to the arts, to community, to music, coming together and really creating a vital, important, cultural, empathetic, sympathetic experience for generations, and where a 23-year-old can be working toward the same goal as somebody that is 99 years old. So all your support, I invite you all. Hopefully you have been to a concert. We performed 2 concerts at the Covenant Presbyterian Church, the Barn, one in the late fall and one in March. And then we perform at the PAC every Wednesday night in July. The first one will be at Simsbury Farms for an ice cream social. And we're very proud this year, again, our 4th year going to Lake George for their annual community band festival. And we're invited back with much enthusiasm. Not only a great performing organization for your community, but we've stretched out to really show what great musicianship and what great collaboration a community of Simsbury can bring musically. So again, thank you. This money will be pooled together with all the wonderful donations that we receive, and we'll work towards giving a scholarship for a high school student at Simsbury High School to attend Laurel Music Camp in the summertime, for funds to get new music for performances, transportation to Lake George, and just to help bring you, members of our Simsbury community, wonderful concerts and programming to share the hard work all your musicians perform every Wednesday night in rehearsal to prepare for these organizations. And I'm very proud to be that director. So thank you very much, and thank you to Women's Club for supporting us one year again. Yes. Thank you.
If you haven't been to one of their concerts, you should go. They are fantastic, a huge group, very, very professional. Simsbury Community TV at the Greenery. Also, Karen, if you see in the corner, is filming this today. It'll be on SCTV.
Hi, I'm Althea Graney, president of SCTV. SCTV is so much more and brings so much more value to television than commercial television. SCTV provides every one of you an opportunity to communicate with the people of Simsbury. Our volunteers record many hours of government meetings so that people can see, hear, understand, and respond back to their elected officials. Sorry, Lisa. Organizations like the Simsbury Women's Club can film half-hour programs to let people know what's going on in their organization, what events you have planned, what activities you have going. We provide you residents with the ability to share ideas, information, and concerns with everyone in the community. Our volunteers, which produce all of our programming, allow you residents to tune in to SCTV to exercise, find out about real estate, education, law, finance, business, and just plain be entertained. One of our very talented volunteers recently engineered broadcasting live meetings from locations other than Town Hall. If you haven't seen them, it's amazing. You can actually be on vacation in Florida and be watching a meeting here in Simsbury while it's happening, all through the YouTube. So we're planning on getting some new technology, and thanks to this donation, we'll be able to do that. That'll allow us to do this on a more regular basis from any location in the town of Simsbury. So thank you very much.
Thank you. The Simsbury Public Library, Cheryl Donahue. We put her way back in the back. And she can explain to you what all she's carrying here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am head of children's services at the Simsbury Public Library, and being a children's librarian, I always have to bring props to entertain. We are very thankful for this kind gift to our library, and we are, what I've brought with me today, it's called a Grandparent Bag. So we have about, I'd say maybe 20 of these, which when children come and visit their grandparents, the grandparent can come to the library, and we have all this age-appropriate materials, games, books, music. So we've been circulating these for about 10 years, and we just revamped our entire collection. And this bag in particular is for older children 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. So this bag it costs probably like $300 to put together. And it's, this kind of thing that we are always trying to figure out how we can serve our community. So this donation is very much appreciated. So thank you.
And speaking for both the Simsbury Senior Center and for Mickey McCour's Beck, who is not feeling well today, is Kathleen Marshall. So she'll be accepting for both.
Thank you. Yeah, Mickey is sorry she couldn't be here today, but she wasn't feeling well. She just wanted me to read a couple of statistics for you. Although the national economy is brighter, Simsbury families continue to struggle. In 2009, the Social Service Department provided food to 668 residents. In 2014, they provided food to 5,142 Simsbury residents. They have 4 food programs, all of which are supported by donations. And your generous donation will enable them to continue to provide food to those who need it most. On behalf of Mickey and the department, thank you for your generosity. And my other hat is a senior center coordinator. We like to think of the senior center as the focal point for older adults in our community. And just to give you a sense of what goes on there, when I left this morning, we had a Tai Chi class going on, a line dance class, a ceramics class, a writing workshop, and this afternoon we'll have a Wii bowling program with the teens at the library and an investment club. So we have a variety of programs, and this money in particular will go to enhance programming by purchasing a large screen television for the seniors. So thank you again for a wonderful lunch. Thank you.
Our next guest would have been Nancy Grandin. We're giving to the Simsbury Summer Theater, but I understand she's away at college helping search, so this will be mailed to her. Okay. Our next one is the Veterans Memorial, Simsbury Veterans Memorial. Hat Poole's going to come up and tell you about that. I'm sure you've seen it down near the library.
May I move my little poster?
Yes, you may. Put it.
Let's see if it'll stay. Hey.
Ah, there.
Hey.
Good luck.
All right. I want to thank very much the Simsbury Junior Women's Club.
Women's Club.
See, I want to see. That was a test to see if you were all awake. So we're off to a good start. I'm a member of the funding drive for the Simsbury Veterans Memorial, and we are very, very pleased for your timely donation to our cause. To let you know how much it's appreciated. How many of you rooted for the Red Sox 2 years ago to the World Championship? Oh, come on, more. And how many of you have rooted the last 3 years for the Yukon women's basketball team? See? Well, that enthusiasm is what you will have when you see the Simsbury Veterans Memorial go up on the corner near the Simsbury Library, and your kind donation has helped put us over our goal of $230,000. Because you heard, did I have it high enough? But you heard from Lisa that in addition, we have a wonderful steep grant. I shouldn't say anything about an abundance of riches, I suppose, but a very important part of my plea to you, and thanks to you, is at the base of this memorial, the beige area called the plaza will be filled with pavers, we call them pavers, with veterans' names and their service statistics. Amazingly enough, we sent letters to 850 veterans in Simsbury, and the response to those letters, now this would be veterans and families, the response was something on the order of 127. So obviously we're not getting through to all of the people who have friends who are veterans, or to veterans themselves, and I should hate to have that. I would dislike to have veterans that I know not be represented there. Several of my friends have joined me, so you can come walk on us in November. And anyway, my plea is for you to spread the word. Anyone needing a brochure will find them there on the table. And thank you very much for your nice donation.
Thank you. Just as a side, there'll be two of our former women's clubs members who will have favors. They were both in the military. They're more from Simsbury, but these are just women's club members. And the last one is N.C. Moore for the Visiting Nurses Association. She's coming up to speak to us about both the VNA and the VNA hospice. And unfortunately, or fortunately for her, this will be our last visit here, and we will miss her.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really my pleasure to be here, and I'd like to first thank the Simsbury Women's Club for this effort. It's such a treat, and I can't even remember how many years I've been here joining you, and this is always just such a wonderful event, and the effort you make to support agencies like ours is absolutely incredible. I'm really proud to be here on behalf of the Farmington Valley VNA. We actually have been in the community since 1908, so this is our 107th year of serving the community. What is really remarkable is that through all these years, we've remained independent and nonprofit. In these days of large healthcare systems, mergers, acquisitions, big box, everything it seems, one of the beautiful things about our organization and many of our local organizations is that we're small and community-based, and the VNA is one of them. It's been a challenge and continues to be a challenge to function in that way. But we provide in-home health, hospice, and community health and wellness programs to all residents here in Simsbury and in the Valley, and do that without regard for ability to pay. So anyone who needs services can get it. We do not turn anyone away because of hardship or because of a lack of insurance. And that obviously is why we're a charitable organization and need donations to continue our work. This gift is going to allow us to actually purchase new pulse oximeters for our clinicians. Some of you may have seen these before, but this is an amazing little gadget that is a very basic diagnostic tool that all our nurses and therapists use when they visit our patients. And it measures the level of oxygen that's in your bloodstream. It just clips on your finger, it's quick, it's painless, and it's actually a remarkable little computer of sorts because it emits a red light and an infrared light. And there's a section of this that actually reads that as it goes through your finger, and it calculates in a microprocessor the relationship between the blood that has oxygen versus the blood that doesn't have oxygen, and it comes out in a percent. And we read this. It also reads a pulse so that when our staff are assessing our clients, and certainly when our therapists are doing physical therapy, they can evaluate how well their blood is being oxygenated. So this will, your gift will allow us to purchase new units for all our clinicians, and we're very, very grateful. And I do want to say thank you for the many years that you've supported the VNA and me. I am retiring July 10th, not in the formal sense. I will be continuing to work, but my husband and I are relocating to Maine, and we'll be continuing our work there. So it's very bittersweet that I leave the community and my job after 26 years, actually. But I know that my successor hopefully will have the privilege of being here with you next year. So thank you so very much. Thank you.
And that completes our gifts to the community today. Ellie?
Again, thank you all for sharing where your monies are earmarked. I know I learned a lot today. I hope each of you did too. Some very worthy causes being addressed, and it's great. Just a reminder that our 46th annual Arts and Crafts Festival will be held in September, the 19th and 20th this year, as usual over on Iron Horse Boulevard. So we look forward to seeing you and your friends there. It's because of that participation that we have today's event. Again, I thank the committee that put the luncheon on. A thanks to SCTV and to Karen for taping this. You can catch the tape at a later date. It'll be shown a couple of times. So thank you for that. And I guess that's it. We would like all of the recipients to just stay back for a few minutes. If you could meet over by the couch, we want to take a group photo that we can put in the newspaper. Okay? So thank you. Have a great day.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.